Hello everybody, McFluffy Stuff here, and today we'd like to bring to you our updated Bant Midrange list. Our last Bant Midrange list, or as we called it, Bant Monsters, was mostly a monster mash, creature style deck, as compared to this one is more of an actual midrange list. So we're going to get into it here. I'm going to show you the main board, the sideboard, possible discussions for changes. We're going to get into it. So we have 4 Llanowar Elves. As you can see here, we got the 2 Dominaria, 2 M19 full art split. Kinda gross, but whatever. 2 Incubation Druid, 4 Paradise Druid, 3 Prison Realm, 4 Jadelight Ranger, 1 Thrashing Brontodon, 2 Vivian Champion of the Wilds, 2 Teferi Time Raveler, 4 Frilled Mystic, 1 Agata Eternal Actra, 1 Nissa Who Shakes the World, 3 Vivian Reed, 1 Ugin the Infallible, 4 Hydroid Krasis, then we have 4 Forests, 1 Glacial Fortress, 4 Hallowed Fountain, 3 Sun Petal Grove, 4 Temple Garden, 4 Breeding Pool, and 4 Hinterland Harbor. So as you can see here, this list has many more Planeswalkers in it. It's almost like Bant Walkers with the 2 Vivian, or I guess the 5 Vivian collectively, 1 Nissa, and the 2 Teferis. All of them serve their purpose. Ugin here is a great removal spell for your deck. It also allows you to have more creature beats in a grind game. Being able to make a 2-2 free every turn allows you to continually apply pressure to the opponent. And speaking that we don't have much removal in the main, the 1 of Ugin has been fantastic to just destroy troublesome permanents. Vivian Reed, she's been around for a while now. Still does all the same work she does. Kills a lot more Hydroid Krasis now more than ever. The 1 of Nissa Who Shakes the World, that is why we actually play 4 basic forests, is just to get the additional green off them. It also doesn't feel bad to animate those with her +1 ability. Just in case you do lose the forest, it's just a green colored source instead of a multicolored source, which can lead to some headache issues once in a blue moon. Gone Eternal, I feel like there could be 2 of these in here, and if there was so, I would maybe cut the Ugin. Being able to turn your Llanowar Elves into a 4/4 zombie as well, so essentially getting 5 power for 1 mana is really, really good. It turns all your mana dorks into essentially 4/4 zombies as well. Being able to cast another one to get a 4/4 to put this back on top of your deck, you can continually loop them if you would have 2. We currently only have 1 at the time of building this deck, which is why there's only 1 in here. The Frilled Mystics are just good. I don't think there's much to say about those. The 2 Teferi Time Raveler, I have to say this card has impressed me more and more. I was originally one of the haters on it, figuring it wasn't that good. It's great at controlling burn pretty well. Making them blow their burn spells on their turn really slows that deck down a lot. It greatly reduces their branching options they have. Versus decks like Control, it's overly powerful. If you can get this on turn 2, it usually does just end games or force them to struggle for a little bit. Vivian is also great for this deck, Champion of the Wilds. She allows you to have your creatures be cast at instant speed, which is fantastic. Being able to end a turn, flashing a Hydroid Krasis is very nice. The pseudo haste is fantastic. The 1 of Thrashing Brontodon has been pretty good so far. Again, this format still has a ton of enchantments that are annoying and have to be dealt with. This definitely just helps with that. 4 Jadelight Ranger, not much to say about that. Prison Realm has been grossly overperforming for us. There's so many decks that rely on Planeswalkers at this point, so being able to exile it for 3 mana and get a scry off it is great. Paradise Druid has actually surprised me at how great these are. The having hexproof makes it very annoying. It also gives you an upright blocker against a deck like Burn that they can't kill, which is fantastic as well. Paradise Druid has just been one of the better cards that we've played with out of War of the Spark. Now to take a look at the sideboard here, we have 2 Seal Away, 2 Disdainful Stroke, 3 Negate, 2 Thrashing Brontodon, 1 Shalai, Voice of Plenty, 1 Lyra Dawnbringer, 2 Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and 2 Carnage Tyrant. So the Teferi's out of the board. Sometimes when you're going up against decks like Control and that, you can actually back off your creature beats and play more planeswalkers and force them to deal with them. Normally they only have 4 ways to deal with it with their Vraska's Contempts. Carnage Tyrant is still one of the best creatures in Standard once it hits board. Very hard to get it off the board. The Lower Dawnbringer is just sort of in here. It's great versus Burn. It can be very good in other mid-range matchup. The flying is huge. The lifelink is what really gives it its strength. The Shalai Voice of Plenty, you could probably have 2 on the board just because the hexproof aspect on this card is absolutely insane. But we only have 1 in our cache right now, and I really didn't feel like using a rare wild card to get another one. The 2 Thrashing Brownodon, good versus Burn, good versus many other decks right now. Again, ton of enchantments. 3 Negate. I was going to go with some Dovin's Vetoes over the Negates, but I felt it sometimes awkward or impossible to have an upright white source and blue source turn 2, speaking that we do play 4 regular forests, and we do have more green-white lands than any blue lands in the deck. 2 Disdainful Stroke, still just a good card. It's going to continue to be. 2 Seal Away. The reason why these are in here is just to sort of deal with pesky creatures. Sometimes you do have to play more of a mid-range slash, kind of control deck, and being able to eat their creatures is really good. I also couldn't think of much else to really put into that, or into the sideboard. So with that said, that is a look at the updated Bant Midrange list, which is more like Bant Walkers. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. Comment down below any changes that you would make to the deck, and subscribe to the channel to get updated when we release new MTG Arena deck lists. With that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.